Welcome back to A Scottish Island a Day, brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and today we're venturing to a remote, rugged and mysterious spot in the Shetland Islands, Balta. Perched off the eastern coast of Unst, the northernmost island of the Shetland archipelago, Balta is a place that seems to exist at the edge of the world. It's small, covering only about 80 hectares, and it's uninhabited. But don't be fooled by its size or its solitude. This island holds a treasure trove of history, folklore, and natural beauty that few places can match. Balta may be quiet now, but it wasn't always so. One of the most intriguing remnants of its past is the ruin of a Norse chapel, dedicated to Saint Sunniva. For those of you unfamiliar with Shetland's Viking past, Saint Sunniva is a legendary figure tied to early Christian history in Norway. According to the saga, she was a princess who fled Norway to escape an unwanted marriage, eventually finding sanctuary and martyrdom on the island of Selja. The Norse settlers in Shetland, deeply connected to their Scandinavian heritage, may have built this chapel in her honour during the 12th century. That's not all. Balta has even older roots. The remains of an Iron Age broch can also be found on the island. These ancient dry stone towers are dotted all over Scotland's northern landscapes, and though Balta's broch is weathered and crumbling, it stands as a monument to the island's prehistoric inhabitants. But perhaps the most striking feature of Balta is its landscape. With its rugged ice-scoured cliffs reaching heights of 45 metres, the island commands a dramatic presence. These cliffs, especially on the eastern side, drop into the turbulent waters of the North Sea, where waves have carved out a natural arch, a symbol of the island's wild, untamed beauty. This feature has made Balta a subject of fascination for geologists, as the island's unique blend of rock, wind-blown sand, and constantly shifting dunes offers an ideal setting for studying coastal erosion and wind deflation. On the western side, the land softens in a more sheltered, low-lying stretch covered by a continuous layer of vegetated sand. This grassland cliff continuum is not only beautiful but ecologically significant, showcasing the natural geomorphological processes that shape Shetland's windswept islands. Balta's story wouldn't be complete without mentioning its lighthouse. Built in 1895 by the famed lighthouse engineer David Stevenson, yes, of the same Stevenson family that gave us author Robert Louis Stevenson, Balta's lighthouse once stood as a beacon of safety for ships navigating the treacherous waters of the North Sea. It was one of the first concrete structures in Shetland, a marvel of its time. But the march of technology caught up, and in 2003 the lighthouse was demolished and replaced by a smaller solar-powered light. The lighthouse is gone, but its legacy, like that of the Stevenson engineers, remains a key part of Balta's maritime history. Now, you might be thinking, with all this history, why is Balta uninhabited today? Well, like many of Scotland's more remote islands, Balta's harsh conditions, isolation and limited resources have made it difficult for people to live there long term. Records suggest there has been no permanent population for centuries, though it's likely that Balta was once used as a seasonal outpost for fishing or agriculture, and perhaps even as a strategic Viking settlement. In fact, the island still plays a role in the Shetland fishing industry. Today, Balta is home to the northernmost fish farm and hatchery in the UK, run by Balta Island Seafair and Scaw Smolts. These companies raise salmon using the island's cold, clean waters to their advantage. It's a fitting reminder that even in places as remote as Balta, human ingenuity continues to find ways to thrive alongside nature. And speaking of nature, Balta is a haven for wildlife. The surrounding waters are home to seals, seabirds, and occasionally pods of dolphins or whales passing through the North Sea. The island's untouched environment provides a sanctuary for various species, making it an appealing destination for anyone interested in birdwatching or marine life. But like all places on the fringes of civilization, Balta has its share of folklore. The Shetland Islands are steeped in stories of supernatural beings, and Balta, with its lonely cliffs and windswept shores, is no exception. One of the eerie legends associated with the wider Shetland area is that of the Finn men, mysterious sea dwellers who were said to appear from time to time in the archipelago. These elusive creatures, possibly inspired by the historical presence of seal hunters or travellers from distant lands, were often feared by sailors and islanders alike. While there are no specific ghost stories tied directly to Balta, its isolation and rugged beauty lend themselves to the kind of atmospheric setting where tales of the supernatural could easily arise. Imagine standing on its cliffs as the wind howls around you, the sea crashing below, and not another soul in sight. It's easy to see how such stories might take root. So whether you're drawn to Balta for its Norse history, its geological significance, or simply the allure of a remote and unspoiled landscape, this small island holds a big story. It's a testament to the resilience of those who lived there in the past, and a reminder of the ever-changing relationship between people and nature in Scotland's farthest flung corners. That wraps up today's episode of A Scottish Island a Day. Join us next time as we journey to another hidden gem in Scotland's island tapestry. Until then, I'm Colin MacDonald, signing off. Slan go foil.